Zoom. Turn lines up. You ready? No cat filter.
Yeah. They can hear us.
There we go. You're live.
Hi. Can't see you.
Shavua Tov, everyone, and welcome back to Havdallah Live with HGSS.
No cat filter.
No cat filter this time. Okay. All right. You are live with the Friedmans. We're going to go straight into Havdallah, but then we're going to ask some questions based on some of our conundrums from last week. Thank you for joining us. So last week we left off with a bit of conundrum.
Yeah, you were talking about you live, right? Last week?
Yeah.
So last week we were talking followers.
Yeah.
And everybody was wondering how little Liv had followers already. What do you have followers on?
I have followers on my Bobby phone, but reading my Choco Lightning account.
Yeah, whatever that is. But here's the problem.
So Liv doesn't have her face on followers. People don't know it's you, right? You do a Roblox of a game, right?
Yeah, I don't have a playing account because it doesn't show my face, but on my face account I do.
Right, so that's a private account for your face account. So, and she had all these followers before what she did, right? But it's not about the likes, right?
So what happened last week? Let's recap. Last week, Liv said she was jealous. And I said,
Don't be jealous.
why shouldn't you be jealous?
You have what you have and you don't get it. No, because you have so
Well,
many
that's what he was
TikTok
supposed to say.
What?
Because you have so many TikTok followers.
I said, you've got thousands of followers. Why would you be jealous? But then later in the week, the Rabbanit told me,
I thought about what we said and we had a discussion about it.
Yeah.
And we went to the professionals. And so we're very blessed at Kerem to have Mr. Moses, who advised us on e-safety. And so we brought it to him to see what he had to say. So let's go see what he has to say here. We're gonna share
Yay.
something with you. Hang on. Meanwhile, no, you have to leave on the.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Everybody's patience.
I'm not.
Patience
I'm not
waiting.
patient girl. That's
The video. I don't think they see it.
no, I think we'll have to do it a different way.
Okay, so we're gonna have to maybe just recap on what he said. I don't think he could see it. Okay, so this new technology that we're doing. Every time we're trying to find different ways to work with the technology. I thought it would work, but it didn't. We were very blessed to have Mr. Moses talk to us about different ways to be able to use technology for kids, right? So there's a lot of guidance, there's a lot of advice as to what we could do, right? They don't tell us what to do, but they advise us on how to do it. It's like the government guidelines. No, government guidelines, there are rules though. So the key is to really know what the children are on, right? And he says, it's actually, we just had a bat mitzvah program. We talked about Esther, right? Purim is coming up, and we talked about the beauty, how beautiful Esther was. And it was really about her inner beauty, how we value beauty in Judaism. And what happens is on social media shows you so many different types of beauty, but it's not real stuff, right? They Photoshop stuff, and there's a lot of expectations, but it's not real. So you have to first of all know what's real and what's not real when you go on these apps, right?
Yeah.
Is
TikTok.
Toko World real?
I don't know yet.
No, you remember we discussed this?
It's
No.
a game.
It's just a game, exactly. This is real life. Right here is real life. This is real life. And so as long as you're in touch with your children as to what apps they're on, then that's really the first key, is to really know what's real and what's not real. And so all those likes, is that a
Fake.
it's fake, right?
100%.
Because really there's only one real important like, right? What's the most important like?
Real life.
Yourself, that's right. The most important like is about loving yourself, right? That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how many likes you have, how many followers, right? We know that it's good to have encouragement from
I
other
have
people,
2
especially your
on my
parents and
Facebook.
Hashem. But really, it's about your one like that you love, and that's really what it's about. And I think it's very important that we know that. So we know not to be jealous, right? Not to be happy with what you have, and it's great that you have a lot of. It's a nice thing to have a lot of.
Oh, we've got it. There you go.
You ready? You did it?
There are like two sides to this. There's the technology side and the e-safety side, which, you know, you start getting into comments on the videos, dislikes as well, you know, and things like that, which can really impact a person or a child, especially someone as young as Liv, who may not understand why people were saying like this and that. It also gives, you know, for especially for young children, that the idea of comments and likes is a public. It's so public that, you know, people hide behind, you know, what they're saying. You know, you can write anything. You know, they can love it and they can give you the most lavish comments, and you can feel like absolutely incredible about yourself. And then they can also make these comments of quite nasty comments, and you can be, you know, why do I even want to do these things? And the self-esteem of children is getting lower and lower because they're basing everything on that need for a like and that need for acceptance.
Is it possible to really, you know, beat this? I mean, this is what's happening at the moment. You know, everybody's checking how many views, how many followers, how many likes. How can we combat this? Is there a way to beat that system?
In my opinion, I don't think there is a way. Children will always find a way of getting around things. You can block them from this and they'll find another way of getting into it. You prevent them from doing this, but you can totally isolate them from the world of TikTok or whatever it is, and social media, but they'll hear about it from other people. They always get around whatever we do. Personally, I think the best thing to do is just educate them. You know, show them talk to your children about the dangers, their own self-worth, and really just keeping an open conversation. It's, you know, the one thing that we, I suppose, in school always say is that we can't tell you what to do because that's your choice, but we can advise, and the advice is be as open as possible with your children. Let them feel comfortable enough to come to you to have a conversation should something go wrong or not feel right, or as we like to say, they get butterflies in their stomach. You know, something just isn't quite right for them. First is to educate yourselves, and then you can educate the younger generation.
What you're suggesting is we should
Play Roblox. I mean, this is what she's been trying to get us to do.
Yeah. If they'll allow you, you know, they'll you know, have a watch, have a see, you know, see what it's about.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Moses. Thank you to Karen, really,
Mr.
for,
Moses.
you know, Mr.
And
Moses.
Roblox and TikTok.
Official sponsors.
No.
But thank you for really, I think it's important to have that conversation with SBR, you know, to ensure, right? I mean,
What have you learned from Mr. Moses?
you told me about a comment that you got a bad comment, right?
Yeah, it was like, I do something and it was like, what's this? F word? And I just deleted it because I didn't need that in my life.
Exactly.
So that's what we need to do, just delete it, right? When you have a bad comment that's not, and that's really a question that we need. If you have something not nice to say, is there a need to post it? No, right? We should only give positive comments. We should only do likes, right? But we
But that doesn't determine who you are. You know who you are because you're a good person. Hashem loves you. No matter, you don't need likes. You need to know that Hashem loves you. Hashem loves you more than 1,000,000 likes. Hashem loves you even more than that, right? And there's no reason to be jealous of anybody because that's all just a game. That's all just nonsense. This is the real life where Hashem loves you so much. So I have to tell you, girls, this week's parsha was what? Anybody? Yeah? Mishpatim. So Mishpatim begins Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher tasim lifnehem. And these are the laws that you should place before them. And the laws, most of the laws in the parsha have to do with just general laws of how we behave with one another, how we act, if there are situations between one another. And one sec, Liv. And our sages tell us, why does the pasuk begin Ve'ela and these? Because last week we read about, remind me, the 10 Commandments. They're the big ones, the things, the Torah at Mount Sinai. And you might think of the little ones, put your hand down your block in mommy's face. The little ones are not the little ones, the ones that we do the deal with every day, they are not from Hashem. Everything, all the laws are from Hashem, right? Even the ones that we see and how to deal with people all come from Hashem.
Okay, what's your question?
No, it's not too long. Because we're about to get an exciting bit one bit. We'll get to an exciting bit. One thing that's important when we're dealing with everyone is that we listen to the laws of the country. Not all countries have the same laws, even right now with coronavirus.
Right. Joey's in New York and she's doing her own thing, right? They have very different laws.
They don't have lockdown at the moment.
My friend dreamed about Corona was away.
Yeah, please God, Corona will be away.
That's
but
right.
Joey's in New York where there's no lockdown and she's not sure should she come home. Let's see what happened this week when Mommy spoke to Joey about coming home.
Did Joey come home? You want Joey to come home?
Yeah.
We all miss her, right?
Yeah, I want to see a new house.
You want to see a new...
I want to go to a new house and think like this.
Let's see what Joey had to say. There's Joey.
Hey, Joey. How you doing in New York? Are you ready to come back home? We miss you.
No.
It's half term. You don't have to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning anymore. How do you feel about that?
Well, I found tickets to Florida. I was thinking maybe I could go visit Yosefa.
Florida? Are you kidding me? We can't even go to Hendon. I don't know. It's one thing that you're staying at Saba and Safta and you're staying safe, but now you're thinking you're going on a plane? Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm careful. Like, I'm not really seeing anyone anyways. Like,
I think it's time for you to come home. So you're going to come straight from Florida home? I mean, what's the plan? I mean, they're talking about quarantine hotel here, honey.
would I have to do that?
I have no idea. Are you going to go back to New York or are you coming back home? I think it's best that you come straight home, Joey, because I don't want you to come back to South and South after Florida. It's another risk. All right, Joey. So either you go to Florida and come straight home or you stay in New York. You have to make that decision.
Dun, da, 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 dum. What's she gonna do?
Go back home.
What's Joey gonna do?
She's gonna go
I think we need her back home.
What do you girls want? You want Joey to stay in America? What do you think she's going to choose?
I think she's going to go to Florida and come straight home.
What do you think, Jamiana?
Put in your vote.
I
right.
think she should go because
Shavua Tov. Have a great week. Everybody stay safe.
For the next exciting episode of Havdallah Live with the Friedmans.
Let's find out.
Shavua Tov, have a blessed week. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay vigilant. We're almost there, and this is the month of our Biba Simcha. Shavua Tov.
Bye. Bye.